Hi, everybody. My name is Amber Walters, and today I'm going to be discussing 5 different brands and reviewing their advertising materials to analyze them in the perspective of persuasion, their motivational appeals, and their effectiveness. I chose these 5 brands as a consumer and researcher and deal with these brands in my personal life. First up is Zlul. They are a brand promoting affordable eyewear and trendy eyewear. They definitely target young adults. Their advertising is done through text message, email, and TikTok. Their text messaging threads are very repetitive. That falls very well into Robert Zajonk's mere exposure effect. The more we see something, the more we likely are to like that. So even when I'm not shopping for glasses and I get these texts, I'm very likely to click the link and scroll. Motivational appeals, they do harp on the idea of being trendy and people's need to fit in. So using TikTok videos to promote trendiness definitely helps them in that appeal. They're also very good at pre-giving. Offering many gifts and discounts makes the consumer feel indebted to them, so they're good at adding that into things. Motivational appeal-wise, there's not a ton of it outside of harping on the trendiness because they know that people need eyewear and they know that it's hard to find a beatable price, especially if you're a young adult just starting out and income is a factor. Overall, I think their text ads are very effective. I do think their TikTok ads are not as effective as they can appear a bit scripted, and the influencer aspect does make it feel a little fake. I would spend less time on that aspect of things and focus more on more genuine means of marketing if I was a part of this brand. Moving into Doc Martens, they are a shoe company promoting their products based in London. Their target audience does seem to be adults and young adults with individualistic characteristics. They're very open about the subcultures that they are targeting out, such as like glam, punk, early goth, music being a big part of their culture. Throughout their ads, you can see they do have a lot of consistency. They're known for their black and yellow, the yellow threading at the bottom of the shoes. As humans, we do desire consistency and stability, and Doc Martens has kind of perfected that stable brand. You know, they also have credibility as the brand does go back to 1945. They have a lot of experience and, you know, their boots have been perfected for comfort. Their motivational appeals are definitely hitting on self-expression, creativity. They target individuals in DIY scenes because it promotes a big sense of community for people who may be underrepresented in other aspects. Overall, I think that the brand is very successful in their marketing. You know, they do text, they do emails, online placements. Their ads seem to showcase their product and not scripted videos. I wear docs myself for every occasion, my job, wedding, personal life. I don't think there's much I'd change because I do really enjoy how they market their brand. And moving into HelloFresh, a food delivery service that markets to adults, families, individuals who are too busy or just learning how to cook. Their marketing kind of hits the nail on the head with every question. Any reason you have to say no, they have a reason to say yes. I do think that they have perfected that aspect. I do not know if their medium is the most effective. They use a lot of mailing advertisements. I'm not one to check my mail very often, so I don't know how effective that part is, and they do send an overabundance of emails and make it a little difficult to cancel the membership if you need to. I think they should focus more on endorsements. They do have some celebrity endorsements, and I think that runs well for them. They also allow you to utilize the peripheral and central processing to make your decision with them. There are tons of brands that do the same thing. So if you want to go into the central processing route, do your research and comparisons, you can. Or you can just look at the large abundance of arguments there are for why you should use HelloFresh and use the peripheral route and just, you know, not have to dig that deep. Motivational appeals, they empathize with people who have busy schedules, who don't really know how to cook. They provide you the instructions, and their marketing really hits that as well to emphasize with others. They have very consistent marketing. Their color schemes, their photos, it's all very consistent through their different forms of marketing. It seems very successful as there are many competitors, but HelloFresh still seems to be the most well known. Um, I would say they do have a little bit of a negative reputation because they have such aggressive marketing. So that's definitely something to consider the pros and cons of and looking on if there should be any changes. Carnival Cruise. This is a brand that goes through travel destinations, and as you can see, following the fun, their target audience is any adult that can purchase a ticket and families. Any age is promoted within Carnival. They have teen clubs, they promote daycares, they have spas. Any age can and should go. The medium, they have a strong online presence. They have a lot of physical mail, and word of mouth is a huge one for this because there are so many competitors. Fishbane and Ozgen, they have the theory of reasoned action. Subjective norm is the perception of what others think of the behavior. And I think that plays a huge part in Carnival because there is a perception of Carnival and their reputation, and a lot of people online, if you were to look, they have like a reputation of maybe being a little cheap. So that affects people's attitude and how likely they are to purchase. Motivational appeals, they target nostalgia and fun with family. I do think that they should look into some celebrity endorsements to help fix the negative representation. Walt Disney, they are a huge brand, and I'm focusing more so on the resorts and park side of it. They have a medium of commercials, influencer videos, mail, comeback offers. They have a strong attitude. People have positive feelings towards this brand. It's made to seem very desirable. The high price tag makes it seem a bit exclusive. Have incredible credibility. It's been around since 1923, and the creators referred to as one of the most creative and innovative people of all time. Motivational appeals, they have many because they really target the family connection and the once in a lifetime experience. I don't think there's much you can do to change Disney's marketing. It's very effective, a massive brand, and the only negative reputation seems to be when it comes to the price, but it gets outweighed a lot by the positive. um, so yeah, those 5 brands all seem to have very positive marketing, maybe some minimal changes to perfect things, but seem to be overall very effective and hit a lot of the motivational aspects when analyzing them. So thank you for listening. Bye.